And we're back, chilling out on Deathatron the Kingslayer. That's right, he's a Slayer of Kings, specifically the Lich King. Um, so I've got the talent window up here already. Let's actually pop over here real quick. Um, my the main thing I always run at is Frost, or run as is Frost. Um, and so it's an Icy Harbinger of Doom, channeling runic power and delivering vicious weapon strikes. The main abilities are Obliterate, it's a basic melee attack, Frost Strike, strong melee attack consumes runic power, Howling Blast, area attack infects enemies with a disease, Remorseless Winter, area attack with a cooldown that deals damage over time and slows the enemy movement speed. Killing Machine's a passive that sometimes makes my next Obliterate guaranteed critical strike. And Rhyme is a passive that Obliterate will sometimes cause the next Howling Blast to be free and deal 4 times normal damage. So that's kind of cool. And if I can hit the right, if I click things. With Death Knights, if you're not aware, you actually start off as level 55. I believe they still have the requirement that you have to have a level 55 character on your account to be able to make one. And at level 50, so with this one at level 50, at level 56, 57, and 58, you get your first few talents.
I need to target something first.
Okay, I was just checking things there. Yeah, so you get those first few, whereas normally you'd get them at 15, 30, 45, and then 60. So because you start at 55, you get the first 3 within those first couple of levels. They don't just give them to you super fast, like just give them to you right away. So here we go, Shattering Strikes. If there are 5 stacks of Razor Ice on the target, Frost Strike will consume them and deal 50% additional damage. I'm just howling, blasting everything. So that's actually kind of cool, and you actually get those stacks up there pretty quick. Like if you take a look here, let's see. I can't remember what the weapon speed means. I think that means that is it 2.6 swings in a second. I always forget how that works. But so with doing dual wielding, you swing really fast, so you build those stacks up pretty quickly, and that's actually kind of a neat feature there. Icy Talons, Frost Strike also increases melee attack speed for 12% for 6 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. So every time you use it, you can you attack faster. And then Murderous Efficiency, consuming the Killing Machine effect has a 50% chance to cause you to gain 1 rune. So Killing Machine. Okay, so that's so if I get the auto crit thing on Obliterate, then there's a 50% chance when I use that auto crit Obliterate that I get a rune back. I actually really like that. This one's nice too. These are all things that I might have to kind of test out. I kind of like them all, but let's go with this one for now. I just kind of like I like getting runes back. Oh, whoops, wrong ability. And oh, does this have a range now? I don't think it had a range before. That's nice. Being able to interrupt it at a little bit of a distance. Alright, so up next we got Freezing Fog. Howling Blast and Frost Fever deal more damage. Okay, not bad. Frozen Pulse. Well, you have no full runes. Your auto attacks radiate intense cold, inflicting AoE damage. That's actually kind of cool too. So if you're burning through your runes, you just do some extra damage around you. And oh, they changed this, so it's no longer a buff that you give to your party or raid. You just get 2 runes and generate a couple of runic power with it. That's interesting. What's the cooldown on that? 30 seconds. So every 30 seconds you can get 2 runes back, and every 3 minutes you can get all of them back. That's interesting. I think I like this though. I just like extra damage. Boom. Alright, let's come right up here, and here's the first boss in here.
Finally.
Had to use 2 on him. Darn. And looks like he just dropped some cloth gloves. If it was like a cool looking sword, maybe I would have equipped it. And I did this on the paladin. I gotta remember to do this on all the characters. That way if I hit the button, it'll just loot. Okay, it's back into here. Ice Cap. Frost Strike and Obliterate critical strikes. Reduce the remaining cooldown of Pillar of Frost by 1 second. So, Pillar of Frost is this guy here. 1 minute cooldown and increases my strength by 20%, and I gain immunity to like knockbacks and stuff, which can be helpful sometimes. And it lasts 20 seconds, so you know it's basically a 40-second cooldown once it runs out, essentially. Sorry, I just looted that out of habit. So Frost Strike and Obliterate. If I get a crit with them, then it goes down by a second. Okay. Hungering Rune Weapon. Empower your rune weapon, gaining 1 rune and 5 runic power instantly, and every 1.5 seconds for 12 seconds. Avalanche. While Pillar of Frost is active, your melee critical strikes cause jagged icicles to fall on nearby enemies. That's actually kind of interesting. Haha. And let's see. Hungering Rune Weapon. I don't think I have a way of burning through runes without hacking something. Because I'm wondering if this is just the runic power that you gain every 1.5 seconds, or if you get a rune as well. So let's go ahead and check that out. So that's with Empower Rune Weapon. So I'll just do this, and oh crap, that doesn't work. Dang it. Okay. Well, that's something I'll have to play around with then. So looks like so instead of doing all the runes, you know, I think maybe it is. I think it's runes, and yeah, that would make sense because you go from getting all of your runes to this. So yeah, that would make sense. Okay. Let's see. Don't remember if this guy had anything cool looking. Some pants. Eh. Alright, I think Jaina's gonna start talking here. Alright. But, so yeah, I think it's gotta be rune and runic power. Oh my gosh, shut up.
Step inside it when you are ready.
I'm just gonna walk through here to get to the next dungeon. See if that gets her to... I don't think she'll start talking right away in the next one. So this will take a minute to load in, but yeah, I think that would make sense because you go from getting all your runes back with using the thing to you get 1 and then a little bit of runic power, and then every 1.5 seconds you get 1 rune and a little bit of runic power, and that actually kind of makes... I think that can work better in some ways, because I know there's been times where I'm like, man, I don't want to use that because I've got like 2 runes left, so I don't want to use it here and then I only get 4 runes out of it. So with this, it's like, okay, I've got a couple of runes, you know, I've got like half my runes down, I'll pop this, get 1 of them back, use Obliterate, which uses 2, and then I get 1 back after another 1.5 seconds, and then I get 1 back after another 1.5 seconds. So I think that'll actually be kind of useful.
It's too far away.
Haha, you did.
I need to get closer.
You did. Alright, let's see, I'm gonna get a different mount.
Not even fit to labor in a quarry.
There we go.
Relish these final moments.
Let's do this, because this way it's not as loud.
Nothing more than mindless
Wait.
undead.
Alright.
Heroes of the Alliance, attack!
Alright, here we go. Okay, so the level... Level 60, Abominations of Might. Obliterate critical strikes have a chance to drive lesser enemies to the ground, stunning them for 2 seconds. Players are dazed for 5 seconds instead. Well, that's interesting. Okay, it has a chance.
I do what I must.
What's up, man? Set you free.
Please forgive me, noble
Yeah, yeah.
soldiers.
It's too far away.
Okay, let's see if I can get enough enemies close together here. I just kill too fast, so it doesn't even spark like the ability. Okay, anyway. Blinding sleet, targets in a cone in front of you are blinded, causing them to wander disoriented for 4 seconds.
We will most certainly need their assistance.
Damage may cancel the effect.
I will gather reinforcements.
Enemy struck 5 times by Remorseless Winter while your Pillar of Frost is active are stunned for 4 seconds. I don't know if I really like any of these. I'm gonna go with this one though, just because it's passive, and stun is more effective than like, oh, temporarily annoyed, and then it breaks out of it the instant you do anything. Okay. Okay, cool. I've used a lot of runes, so let's see. So that's 1, 2. Okay, yeah, so it does regenerate runes and give runic power. Cool, cool.
Another shall take his place.
Nice.
You
All right.
waste your time.
Okay, level 75. Volatile Shielding. Anti-magic shell turns your enemy's pathetic magic against them, so it absorbs more damage, does not generate runic power. Okay, where is that? Okay, it gives me anti-magic shell, 5 seconds. Absorbs damage, prevents application of harmful magical effects. Damage absorbed generates runic power. Okay, I think they changed that a little. So it doesn't generate runic power anymore. It absorbs more damage. When it expires, 25% of the damage it absorbed is dealt as arcane damage, split between all the enemies near me. Okay. Permafrost. When you deal damage with auto attacks, gain an absorb shield equal to 30% of the damage dealt. That's actually kind of nice. I like that one. I don't use the anti-magic shell that often. You take 20% reduced damage while Wraithwalk is active. When you enter or leave Wraithwalk, all nearby enemies are slowed. What does this do again? This is a new ability, I think. Okay, so breaks root effects, and my movement speed's increased for a little bit. Okay, all movement and parrying effects are suppressed, but any action cancels the effect. So I guess if I attack, it's only 3 seconds though. I think I like this one. I just get a damage shield all the time. Like, that's kind of awesome, actually. That's what I'm going with. Alright, let's see here. Frostwide. The sweeping attack that strikes all enemies in front of you for some damage. Attack benefits from Killing Machine. Critical strikes with Frost Scythe deal 4 times normal damage. What's Killing Machine again? Obliterate gets a free crit. Okay. Okay, so basically Killing Machine can proc this as well, and it does a heck of a lot more damage. But Obliterate, or well, it does 4 times damage. Yeah, that doesn't do that. So Obliterate's only a guaranteed crit, which is double damage typically. This is basically an AoE Obliterate. Okay, I kind of like that. I kind of like it. Alright, runic attenuation. Auto attacks generate runic power. Okay. Each rune spent during Remorseless Winter increases its damage by 10% and extends it by half a second. So you wouldn't be able to get it out going like infinitely, probably.
Don't kill me, please. I'll tell you everything.
I'm not so naive as to believe your appeal for clemency.
Oh,
but I
shut
will
up.
listen.
Okay. And gathering. Okay, yeah. So I kind of. Oh my gosh! Stop it.
Behold
the truth.
I can't attack them.
Just run past
Frostmourne
this.
lies unguarded. Impossible.
So yeah, we'll go with. I like Frost Scythe. Actually, I kind of really like that.
soldiers.
Alright, and then Obliteration. For the next 8 seconds, every Frost Strike hit triggers Killing Machine, and Obliterate costs 1 less rune. Ooh. So basically, you can just sit there going like Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate, because it only costs 1 rune. And, oh, and with this, it would spark this as well.
What a cruel end. Come, heroes.
That's kind of
We
cool.
must
Alright.
see if the gnome's story is true. If we can separate Arthas from Frostmourne, we
Yeah.
might have a chance at stopping him.
Alright, so this just uses 13 runic power per second, continuously deals Shadow Frost damage every 1 second to enemies in a cone in front of you, deals reduced damage to secondary targets. You'll continue breathing until your runic power is exhausted or you cancel it. Okay.
It's too far away.
Alright. Alright. And the last one, Glacial Advance. Summon glacial spikes from the ground that advance forward, each dealing 25,000 frost damage to enemies near their eruption point. Huh. I kinda like this one. Screw it, we're doing it. Alright, so whatever. Go away. I'm not doing the honor stuff. Alright, let's just use this to kind of run through here. Aha! that actually looked kind of cool. Alright. And so there's that, and let's just go ahead and use this. That's kind of a cool animation. And I can just sit here using it. Oh, I love it. Because it doesn't require an enemy, and it looks pretty cool. So I put my swords together, and then like a little ghostly scythe appears. Awesome. So there is the frost spec for Death Knight. Next time I think we'll probably come back and do Blood, the tanking spec. So it'll kind of follow the pattern of the Paladin where it did the DPS tank. And then in this case it's going to be another DPS. And I haven't really run with Holy, so we'll see how that goes. You know, looking through all of that, but hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to tick that like button, and don't forget to tick that subscribe button as well to get updates when new content drops on the channel there. I'm going to kill this guy and head on to the next dungeon. And I actually, you know, that one actually has a lot of talking. I don't know if I want to do it on here and talk over it. I'll figure out something, but I kind of like running through a dungeon. It gives me something to do and something for you to watch. But I know that this is going to spark some like talking and roleplay stuff. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your day here, or night, whatever. And do remember that there is no IRL, just AFKs, and we'll see you next time that Amo plays World of Warcraft. Peace out.